morning, District 709 family. It's so wonderful to see you all here today, all these smiling faces. I can't imagine why you might be smiling today. It's great to see you. I'll be speaking a little bit later in our program, but first of all, I would like to introduce our board members that are in attendance with us today. You know, our board members, they live their own busy lives apart from their volunteering, and we're so thankful for them. They've been just an outstanding, unified board, very determined to uphold our mission, to do things the Morton way in our district, and we're so thankful for them. And I'd like to introduce two of them who are with us today. Mr. Tom Neely, please stand. And President Tim Breaker. And with that, I'm going to have Mr. Tim Breaker come up and welcome you.
Well, good morning and welcome. We made it through another year. Some of us, it was your first, some of us your last year, but so we made it through another one. So graduation was last Saturday, and being able to hand out the diplomas is probably one of the most rewarding parts of being a board member. It's just kind of a fun way to end the school year and be able to be part of that. It's always a nice time. But in reality, we're just confirming the work that all of you, this room full of people, has done. So, and each of you have invested in each of these graduates, whether it was in kindergarten or high school or anywhere in between, or you're investing in the next graduates that are coming up. In Dr. Smock's speech, he referenced the class quote. Paraphrasing the quote says, "What is in you is more important than what is in front of you or behind you." And as I thought about that a little bit, you, their families, and friends are responsible for a large portion of what is in them. You have taken these students when they were 5 years old, helped grow them into young adults prepared for a secondary education or a career or a real life. So just on behalf of the Board of Education, thanks for your hard work, the love you show our students, and the personal investment you made in them to help them to become the young adults they are. Your efforts are appreciated, and the board can have as many policies and ideas as we want, but without you guys actually implementing them, it'd be for naught. So congratulations in advance to this year's award winners, and have a great summer.
Thank you, Mr. Breaker. I'd like to start off today thanking some people that working behind the scenes got this all together for us today. I'd like to start off with Jeff Arbisi. He's up in the sound booth. He got the presentation, the facility all together. I'd like to thank Dawn Rademacher. She's our MPTV go-to person. And you know, Dawn had pretty big shoes to fill coming into this role this year, and she's just done a phenomenal job. So we're very thankful for Dawn. I know many of you got to meet Andrea White. She's our addition to our MPTV programming, and I know a lot of you were interviewed, your students were interviewed. She has done just a phenomenal job of capturing the awesome things that you do in your classrooms. And I think that's one of my favorite parts of this year, like one of the changes, that's just the most exciting changes, is just seeing what you are doing in the classroom and then putting that out to the whole world. So very thankful for Andrea White as well. I'd like Valerie Smith to stand. I know she hates this. So Valerie, the administrative assistant to the board and the superintendent, got the breakfast off the ground today, the awards, the trophies, just a phenomenal job, a phenomenal helper to me this year, and not just to me, but to so many of you, especially people in your offices. She's just been a fantastic support. and a really positive influence, a part of our culture in the district office. So thank you, Valerie. Next, I'd like to thank our district office team, Lindsay Franklin, Director of Student Support Services, and yes, Dr. Joe Sander, and our other Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Troy Teeter. These three have been just tireless in their support of our students, staff, faculty, you all. You couldn't ask for people to work harder than these three. They're cohesive, supportive, and a truly high-integrity team, and they are phenomenal. They've been a great help to me. I know that Joe's been drinking out of a fire hose this year, probably from having to pick up all the slack left behind by his predecessor. But he's done a fantastic job of being part of our team and our family here. I'd next like to recognize all of the rest of our administrative team, the principals, assistant principals. Please stand. They have just been a fantastic support also for all of us, really, top down or bottom up. I mean, they're supporting you, they're supporting the district level, they're great contributors to our district level team. Again, all high integrity people, people that you can trust, people that work well together, and people that support student and staff. So we're just so thankful for them, and we will miss Michelle and Amanda, who are leaving us to take on other challenges. Amanda to Willow Elementary School in Pekin, and Michelle to open up her own business with Spark Academy here in Morton. Best wishes to you ladies. Next, I'd like to recognize Stephanie Brown. Please stand wherever you are. You know, when you have some semblance of a job in mind, but you absolutely know the person that can do it, that's Stephanie Brown, and I know she has just been above and beyond. I'm so thankful that the board allowed us to create that position, and I know she's been a support for many of you. She's been a support for me. She's come with wisdom, she's come with counseling, she's given great ideas. Many of the wonderful things that we've done have been things that she's come up with. So really appreciate her listening ear, her conveying a lot of your thoughts back to us, and she's just been phenomenal. So very thankful for Stephanie. And you know, I could go on just thanking each and every one of you. I know I'd miss somebody for something wonderful that you've done, and I'm not aware of everything that you've done. Although I'd say more than in past years with the videos and things that we've seen you do, it's just been amazing what we've discovered, what I've discovered in what you're doing. But I think of people that have stepped up even without asking. I think of, you know, Eric Myers and Ryan Lindley with the Coaches Show. I think of Don, Courtney, and Stephanie with the Care You podcast and the Educators Looking Glass podcasts. I think of what we've done with Skills USA and all of those of you who are involved in growing that program, FFA, we've done bowling. This is where I'm going to make a mistake and forget something, but you know what you've done, and you know the clubs, even at the elementary level, that people have started, getting kids plugged in, getting kids involved. It's been above and beyond expectation, and again, I know I missed something out there with someone that's just gone above and beyond, but those are the things that come to mind. So thank you for all of you who have stepped up even when you weren't asked to do so. So thank you. Now this time I'd like to recognize 6 of our retiring teachers and staff. Some of them are with us today and some are not, but I'm going to mention all of them. So retiring just a couple months ago was Rod Donahue with 14 years of service from Morton High School. So how about a round of applause for Rod? Dawn Block, 21 years of service. Where's Dawn? Deb Lane, 23 years of service at Morton High School. Vonda Zier, 21 years at Morton High School. Is anyone left at Morton High School? They're all retiring. We also have Teresa Oakes, 28 years. Most recently at Jefferson, but she's been in a few of our buildings. And Dwight Shook, 23 years of service. In tomorrow's Potter Post, you're going to get to see a great video of what Grundy School did for Dwight with a parade, and it's phenomenal. So you'll get to see that. So I want to thank all of you for your 130 years of service to our district, and we wish you the very best in your next chapter of life, which might include coming back and subbing for us. So just give me a call. Last but definitely not least, I want to thank this faculty and staff for one of the best years that we've had in a long time. We've deserved this year, I think, after everything that we've gone through the 2 previous years, how you've all stepped up in those difficult times. No one wants to come to school when people are getting sick, but you did. And just so thankful for not just what you've already done in previous years, but what you did this year with taking on these initiatives and owning them and believing in them and not taking them as some kind of top-down thing you had to do, but realizing that you really bought into them and you see it as something that our students really needed, getting them plugged in, getting them thinking about their futures, dealing with learning loss. I know you dealt with that all year long and still working on that, and just addressing their social-emotional issues. That wasn't easy, bouncing back from COVID. You know, through COVID, one thing we did have is a lot of excuses for not doing well, right? I mean, we had attendance issues, but coming back with a year where you really had to pick up the ball and run with it, it's just been a phenomenal job by all of you. So I just really appreciate the love and care that you've taken with your students. You stepped up, you went above and beyond, and just done a phenomenal job. So how about a round of applause for all that you've accomplished? But you know, you also showed how much you care for one another. You know, you planned so many events, and I don't even know what they all were. I know there was axe throwing, I think, at the high school, and there's chili cook-offs, and all kinds of different activities you had within your buildings, because I think you know that coffee mugs and food trucks from the district office wasn't going to do it. But you picked up the ball and you addressed one another's needs. You became a family within your own buildings, which was so critical to your own social emotional needs. So I appreciate all the work that went into that. And I think you're going to see an example of some of the specific people today that we're going to honor that were integral into those things. Making connections with one another. So without further ado, we're going to get into our awards today, and we'll start with the recognition of service awards with Dr. Joe Sander and Dr. Troy Teeter.
All right. I want to start by saying, recognizing what Dr. Smock said, thank you for having a great year. And I don't know about you, but I know we hit March, and then we landed in May. Did we just skip right over April? I don't know. It's just been a crazy fast year, and I want to thank each and every one of you for our service, for your service to our great community. Dr. Teeter and I have the privilege of recognizing the service award recipients, and we're going to do that in increments of 5, 10, 15, and 20 years and so on. But before we get started, this is how this is all going to work. We've got a slide with our 5-year award recipients, and the names are all going to be up there. So when you see your name, I'm going to read off the entire list, but you can come on up and we'll just line up across the stage. But I've got one thing that I have to report. It's a failure. So Carol Lou and I ordered these wonderful pins that we'll show you here in a moment. And so they came in a box. And then this morning, Troy and I decided to open up the box and get everything ready. There are 200 of the 5-year pins that didn't get shipped, and I will own it. We will get it out to you as soon as we get those returned to us. So, and then on a second note, as you know, we're going to break from tradition. In the past, staff have received a $5 gift card and a $10 gift card and a $20 and so on. And we can no longer give out gift cards. So Lindsay Franklin and I are putting together a Google sheet or a Google form that we'll send out to everyone that is in those recipients, and we're going to give you a choice. We're going to have a couple items that we're going to list for the 5, 10, and then we're going to send that out, and I'll probably send out a couple of reminders, but we'll get those ordered and get those issued to you once you return back to school in the fall. So let's begin with our 5-year award recipients. It's crazy, isn't it? All right, so 5 years. Please hold off on all the applause until we get everyone up here. Our 5-year service award recipients are Jamie Adolphson, Jill Barnard, Jenny Bushman, Steve Castleman, Emily Klein, Bailey Craig, Rachel Cushman, Brian Dieters, Allison Eckert, Kelsey Ewing, Sarah Four, Olivia Gabbert, Christina Garcia, Ashley Guile, Carrie Gillette, Ryan Gilhouse, Joy Gronwald, Tyne Haas, Rachel Herman, Jamie Hilt, Kelly Hobson, Jessica Kirby, Taylor King, Melissa Cruz, Madison Kumpf, Caitlin Leinhop, Julie Matlock, Randy McKinley, Tara Meester, Kristen Mazzarelli, Katie Nospich, Jeannie Riggy, Heidi Robbins, Christine Seneca, Rachel Shore, Lisa Tilson, Erica Turbot, Emily Turner, and Danielle Van Menen. Thank you, everyone, for your 5 years of service. So the pins that they will be receiving look just like that. So those being recognized for 10 years of service are Alexandra Bishop, Mary Blair, Steve Culbertson, Carrie Dotson, Tracy Fick, Jennifer Fort, Bob Harkless, Julie Horsham, Deb Lane, Jay Mahana, Elizabeth Miltenberger, Lindsay Piers, Josh Pritchard, Christine Rankin, Pam Riddle, Kelly Webb, Ben Zoss, and Andy Zook. Thank you, everyone, for your 10 years of service to District 709. Thank you. Hey, nice job. Thank you. Thank you. Nice job. Thank you. All right. Celebrating 15 years of service, we have the following individuals: Amanda Bunting, Amanda Collins, Sam Dardanes, Chris Garner, Jackie Herr, Amanda Rickenberg, and Stuart Smith. Yeah, stand. Just, yeah. All right, how about a round of applause for our 15-year service awards? Thank you. Next on the list, we have our 20-year award recipients. We have Steve Brinkman, Sandra Dole, Courtney Edelman, Sam McKee, Joy Monfordini, Kara Ray Powers, Molly Stevens, Melissa Tortorella, and Kate Wyman. One more round of applause for our 20-year award recipients. Thank you. Thank you. A parting gift right there. Okay, we have a smaller group that are recognizing 25 years of service. So we have 3 individuals: Brenda Heppard, David Keene, and Millicent Sanders. So Brenda, I guess you're it. How about one round of applause? We have 2 more categories to recognize, and this is pretty special when you get to 30 years experience. And so our 30-year award recipients, let's have these 3 individuals come on up. Bob Becker, Darren Hurst, and Julie Tharp. Now, I don't know about you, but are their smiles really just big? Is it because they're 30 years or they're getting really close to retirement? All right, how about a great round of applause for these individuals? Now, Jeff, don't advance this slide quite yet. Don't advance it. Yep, thank you, gentlemen. All right, we have our final category is for 35 years of service, and this individual is not present. I really wish that he was here to hear the round of applause that we would give for him. But recognizing 35 years of service to District 709, we have Rodney Schuck. And just a quick comment on this. For all of our less experienced staff, I don't know about you, but being in education, you just don't change. It keeps you young. That guy has not changed a bit. What do you think? So anyway, how about one big round of applause for everyone celebrating a Special Service Award accomplishment. Okay, we're going to move on to the Potter's Hand Award. And I have the privilege and honor to announce this year's Potter's Hand Award. So here's a little descriptor of what is being recognized with the Potter's Hand. This award is a very high honor that District 709 bestows upon a support staff employee in the district who meets the following criteria. The nominee shall display a dedication to the positive impact of students' well-being by going above and beyond the call of duty. The nominee shall display a dedication to the positive impact of students' well-being. The nominee shall demonstrate the high respect to all students and employees in the educational facility. The nominee shall also maintain a high degree of professionalism when engaged with students, parents, visitors, volunteers, and district colleagues. The nominee shall demonstrate a passion and a dedication for their profession. Before I get to reading some of the nominations that were presented, I want to thank all of those who submitted a nomination that really drafted the letter from their heart to recognize our amazing staff in this district. So this is the 8th year for this award, and you can see our past winners. We have Clara Jo Ogden, Cody Pulliam, Janet Zare, Nancy Weigel, Rachel Herman, Caitlin Geschwen, Christy Rexlow. A couple of those past award recipients are here with us today, and they serve 709 in a different capacity. And I want to congratulate all of our previous award recipients. So this year, we're blessed to recognize the Potter's Hand Award recipient. And so I'd like to begin with a few words that I just captured from reading through the nominations. These words describe our winner this year: respectful, professional, cheerful, pride, caring, patient, quiet, compassionate, gracious, and humble. So here are a few excerpts from the many nomination letters that we received. One nominee wrote, "This person does everything with a gracious attitude and smile, is loved by all students, and this person knows all of them by their first and last name." Another said, "Always humble, our go-to person, always answers the call and works behind the scenes in a multitude of capacities so students can be their best." And finally, our award recipient goes above and beyond to make our school shine, has a sixth sense when it comes to meeting the needs, such as providing things like extra batteries, screws, trash cans, garbage bags, paper towels, and greets every student in the morning with a smile and a wave. It is my great pleasure to present to you our Potter's Hand Award recipient for 2023, Dwight Shuck. I just asked Dwight if he'd like to say a few words. Okay, one word. Do you want to say anything? Okay, all right. Thank you, Dwight, for just being what right looks like. We're breaking from tradition this year. We actually have a second Potter's Hand award that I'd like to read through. So we're blessed to recognize this second award recipient. I don't believe that this member may be in the audience, so I'll just read through it. I'm going to share some excerpts from the nominations we received earlier in this year regarding this person. One staff member wrote, "His heart is golden and he wants the best for our students and staff." Another nominee said, "He is undoubtedly a bright spot in many people's day. He clearly has a servant's heart and wants us to be happy and provide all the help he can." We had an entire department collectively write, we have leaned on you not only as teachers, but as coaches, and you always greeted us and our requests with a smile. You are truly special. None of us can recall a time when you actually complained." A retired employee wrote, "Always a professional, quietly serving the students and staff at MHS. The phrase, 'I can't do this,' is not in his vocabulary." And finally, another nominee wrote, "He has a friendly, familiar face I could always count on every time I step foot in this building." We are blessed to share with you a second Potter's Hand Award recipient that was awarded earlier this year in March to Rodney Donahue. I don't know if Rodney's here, but how about a warm round of applause for Rodney? All right, I'll be followed by Ms. Franklin, who's going to present the Dana Ashby Award.
Good morning. All right. It is my honor to present the 2023 Dana Ashby Memorial Service Award. This award recognizes the outstanding service of any employee working with students with special needs. As many of you know, Dana served as the Director of Special Education from 2007 until her unexpected passing in December 2015. She is remembered fondly by many of our students, family, and staff members for her professionalism, deep compassion for students with special needs, and positive advocacy that greatly impacted the lives and families in our community. This award, given in her honor, represents the dedication, compassion, and diligence of individuals who give of themselves in their service to students with special needs, advocates for inclusionary practices, has a willingness to grow professionally, and has established positive, caring, and supportive relationships with students and families. Previous award winners include Denise Fountain, Pam Riddle, Shane Wayland, Chris Stiglitz, Gina Jones, and Rhonda Howard. This year, we had several nominees for the Dana Ashby Memorial Service Award. This year's recipient received several letters of support from coworkers and an administrator. This person has served in several roles within our district. Colleagues say that this person puts students first daily, provides a loving, caring, and positive learning environment that goes unmatched for students and staff. The students feel cared for, understood, and validated. Has a will do whatever it takes to support the needs of the students, constantly looking for ways to engage the special education students in the general education classroom, and wants to include all students. Leads the classroom and all work environments with a high level of respect and kindness. Has strong relationships with her students and their families. Seeks further education and has a willingness to grow to better serve students and provide an inclusive environment to all students. Has a true compassion for teaching. This person's administrator stated that they are a highly respected teacher and dedicated to all students. Selflessly serves to ensure the highest level of inclusionary practice for each individual student. Decision-making is always student-focused. Developed a co-teaching relationships with many of the teachers and implemented effective co-teaching strategies. Is a teacher leader in the building. Students with communication, behavioral, and intellectual needs have flourished in her classroom. She secured one of the first Morton Community Foundation community grants to bring the Cook to Learn curriculum to her students. This allowed her students to learn functional cooking skills in her classroom each week. This curriculum is still used today in our elementary RISE classrooms. She has served Morton 709 as a Red Wings basketball coach, an early childhood education teacher, instructional life skills elementary teacher, and most recently as a resource special education teacher and our K-3 lead teacher. Additionally, she recently started the Kind Kids Club at Lincoln Elementary School that welcomes any 3rd through 5th grader who wants to learn and participate in acts of kindness. She won the hearts of students, parents, and staff. Please join me in congratulating the 2023 recipient of the Dana Ashby Memorial Service Award, Erin Chan.
This is so unexpected. Thank you for everyone for your kind words. I love what I do, who I work with, and the kids that I get to serve on a daily basis and their families. So thank you so much.
Okay. Well, now it is my distinct honor and privilege to announce this year's Master Potter Excellence in Education Award. The Master Potter is a very high honor in our district, and it bestows upon a faculty member or administrator who works closely with our students that possess these qualities: dedication to students above and beyond the call of duty, high standards and expectations for all students, a high degree of professionalism in dealing with parents, students, and colleagues, and a dedication to his or her own professional development. This is the 18th year of the Master Potter Award, and you can see previous year's winners on the screen: Andy Tennis, Missy Gerritsen, Dale Nannon, Rick Everetts, Jeff Millard, Mike Gunn, Jackie Seaton, Marcia Mays, Karen Niebuhr, Megan Levitt, Katrina Fitzpatrick, Ben Wellenreiter, Lynn Rudin, Stephanie Brown, Tree Cyphers, Don Sturm, and Lori Zaire. And several of these folks are with us today. So how about we have them stand? Megan, Katrina, Stephanie, Don, Lori. Congratulations. You know, this award would not be possible without people who nominated people for these awards and were encouragers. And the very thing that we hope we have in our faculty is one that recognizes another. And we're so thankful for the many heartfelt letters that were written for the nominees, very many deserving teachers. And we thank you for the nominations. But we have just one winner for this award, and I'd like to share with you some of the things that people stated about this year's Master Potter Award winner. Here are some of the words that describe this year's winner: flexible, tenacious, caring, genuine, sincere, kind, compassionate, helpful, very positive person, above and beyond, full of hope, an advocate, a good friend, and a pleasure to work with. In support of this person, there were 5 colleague letters written, and I'm going to read some excerpts from those letters. He or she has established a rapport and relationship with students who have had a lasting impact beyond the classroom. This teacher works endlessly to problem-solve ways to best meet the needs of students and encourages others to do the same. She, or he, has touched many lives in his or her time in Morton, from students to parents to staff. She, or he, cares deeply and is passionate about affording all students the opportunity to be successful and strives to help make them productive citizens. It is very apparent that she cares deeply for each and every one of her students. There have been multiple examples of her making sure that the needs of her students, physical, educational, social-emotional, are met. She has a heart for each student and wants to make connections with them and their families. When I began teaching at Letty Brown 3 years ago, she was one of the first to reach out and was so kind and helpful. She made an effort to make me feel welcome, and I truly appreciated all the support that she showed me. Ashley always puts her students first. She connects with each and every student on a personal level. Ashley has a gift of making all students feel welcome and important. Ashley works tirelessly to get the best for and from her students. She has a special way of making parents feel comfortable, and she's a pleasure to work with each day. Ashley definitely exemplifies service above self. She wants every student to be successful and does her absolute best to give each student a feeling of accomplishment. Ashley pushes her students with guidance, but also with kindness and love. We also had 4 parents write letters for Ashley and commending her about how she related to their children. My son would not be here today without her support, advocating, willingness to try new educational approaches, and encouraging him to never give up on himself. Mrs. King has changed our son's life. I consider her our family's educational superhero. She has deeply and positively impacted our lives more than she will ever know, possibly more than we will ever realize. Without her, I don't know where my son would be. She's an angel disguised as a teacher, and every day we thank God for Ashley King. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to present to you the Master Potter Excellence in Education Award for 2023, Ashley King.
Wow. I don't know how to say thank you enough for this. I am so extremely grateful. This was such a surprise. Letty Brown has been such a blessing to me with all of the parents that I've been able to work with, and just the team that has been with me for the last 9 years. Thank you for always being collaborative. Thank you for being flexible. Thank you for trusting me in your classroom with your student. I was just saying yesterday that, data supports all the big changes that we've made in resource, but seeing the confidence and the strengths that my students have made over the years, that's all because of you guys. So thank you for that. Thank you for everything you've done for me, helping me to grow. I couldn't be up here without you guys, so thank you. Thanks.
How about a round of applause for all of our award winners today? Okay, in closing today, I would just like to say that I wish you all a very relaxing, restful, and enjoyable summer vacation. You definitely deserve it. See you in August.